Hey, what's up, Michaelites? My name is Dark Sage, and welcome back to another episode. Today it is June 6th, 2016, and thank you all so much for joining me today, as there's going to be a lot of conversation today, and I want to say a couple words today to some people who did videos, or did some comments to me yesterday, and give some shouts to them, and some props, and answer a simple question about the rant I did yesterday for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I was originally going to do a review, but I didn't have it. I couldn't find anything well enough in my collection yet. So I just thought, you know what? I'll just do a video. And just so you guys know, I almost didn't do a video this morning because I woke up and I actually wasn't in the best mood. And I almost missed it. So I'm fortunate that I decided, you know what? I'm going to get over this. I'm going to upload. So, let's get into it. So first off, I want to open this video up with saying thank you to the people who commented yesterday, doing some things. First, shout out to Joe Josh, who said, and I quote, "I'm glad we can help you through those long days. Keep up the good work." So, Joe Josh, thank you so much for that. Because it honestly is really appreciated that people help me, but also, in fact, I hope that some of my videos also help you guys, which is kind of the whole point of what I am doing here. So, like, my purpose here is to entertain you guys and hopefully make an impression on you that will lead you into smiles and not freaking depression and, you know, all that other jazz. Okay. Next one I gotta go to is the question that was asked me yesterday from Six Rock 6 God 6, who said, and I quote again, "Hey Tristan, what's your favorite starter from Sun and Moon? I was hoping to pick up a 3DS so I can play that and Alpha Sapphire. First off, I want to inform you as a whole, honestly, I recommend it and to anyone. Although I will give you some advice for that. Getting a 3DS for Alpha Sapphire and Sun and Moon, whichever one you decide to pick, I actually recommend that you get Omega Ruby as well, because in Sapphire you'll actually miss a lot of things if you do not have Ruby. And although you need a second DS to do some things for that, but at the same time it'll pay off in the long run. Now, to answer the question of who my favorite starter is from the three that were confirmed in Sun and Moon, between Rowlet, who is a grass fairy type, who looks like an owl, Litten, who is a fire cat, and Poplio, which is a water type seal. Now, I've asked people this before, and asking them who their favorite starter is, and these are just friends of mine who have asked. And most of them either go with Poplio or Rowlet, but personally for me, I would choose Litten. And before before anyone starts hounding me for this here, the reason why I would choose Litten is because over the years I've gone into this way of looking at different starters, and I can recap every Pokemon I've ever chosen, except for Black and White 2, because I did not play those games. I did not play Black and White. I never got my chance to. But in a way, I also chose their starters because of the post-game in Pokemon... I don't know if it was X and Y that you get it, or just Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. But the fact is that the differences between every single starter is that I go into kind of a pattern, almost. And I'll explain this why. In first gen, I chose Bulbasaur when I first played Red and Blue. Second gen, when I played Soul Silver and Heart Gold, which were the remakes from Johto, I chose Typhlosion. Third gen, which is Hoenn, I chose Sceptile first. Actually, yeah, when I first played Emerald. Not Alpha Ruby and Sapphire. I chose, At first, when I first played Omega Ruby, I went with Torchic, but originally my first choice was Trico. in the very beginning of when I first played Emerald version for the Game Boy. Gen 4, which was Sinnoh, I chose Torterra. And though it kind of sets the balance, because in that point, you think, okay, I go grass, fire, grass, fire, grass. But I didn't. I went grass, fire, grass, grass. And what was weird about that is every time I played through the games, I'd always choose a different type and then compare their weaknesses. Originally, people would say that Bulbasaur was a bad choice for many trainers because of how many weaknesses it had. You were weak to flying, you were weak to, I think it was rock type at the time. It was ground type. It was fire. It was ice type. There were so many weaknesses with Bulbasaur and not as much with the other starters. But if you really think about it, even though Venusaur, which is the final evolution of Bulbasaur, isn't as fast as Charizard or Blastoise, it's still reliable, and it's a tank if you train it right. It's the same goes with X and Y when I chose Fennekin first, which was my fire type. So really, I've chosen 3 grass types and 2 fire types, and that's not including X and Y because I chose. To be fair, I chose Snivy for for when I got the Unova starters. So it's still on that pattern, but I'm more likely to get a grass type than I am a fire type. But I've always liked the look of fire types, and so I've always chosen them. Okay, back to my original question. With Litten, I'm going to assume that Sun and Moon, they're going to put a second typing on Litten, but the way that the color scheme looks for Litten, I'm going to probably go in here and say what they did with Houndour and Houndoom. Even though Houndour was dark fire type when I first started out, I think that what they'll do with Litten is do fire dark type or something like that, somewhere along those lines, because it'd be really cool to have another dark fire type fire dark type for this generation. And with Litten, I'm not a cat guy, but just the look, like based on design, I'll choose Litten. Based on convenience, I probably would have chosen Popplio. But then again, one thing I know for sure is that what they confirmed already for Sun and Moon is that there's going to be 4 legendary Guardian Pokemon. 1 for each island of their respective traits. And the first one that was confirmed was Electric Fairy type. If you have Popplio and you're using the final evolution of Popplio against an Electric type, you're in for a long fight, or a very short one at that, because water is 2 times effective against Electric type. Or sorry, 4 Electric type, I should say. I don't know. But anyway, it's just when I first saw the 3, I thought, okay, well, I originally went toward the Rowlet because of the way it looked, but then I saw the typing, and I'm not stereotypical toward typing because Fairy type is not my favorite. It isn't. It never has been. Even in X and Y, I never ever got into Fairy type because originally, when I first fought, I can't remember the name of him, but he's the first evolution of Granbull. It's not Snubbull. Snubbull. Every single Pokemon that was almost every single Pokemon that was normal type turned into Fairy type, and that threw me off so bad because I'm thinking, okay, if I use a fighting type move on this Snubbull, I'm gonna kill it. And then Fairy type came around and I'm like, this isn't working right. But the only thing that really set me off about it though was the fact that they made Fairy type super effective against Dragon type, which I get it because they want to balance up the scales. Because before, Dragon type was the hardest to get, but also at the same time it was the strongest typing because it had the least amount of weaknesses. Because it was, if you looked at any of the older games, Dragon type was only super effective against two types. Two types only. Ice and Dragon. And that made it hard for a lot of people in the first couple gen games because Ice was very rare and so was Dragon type. So that on its own was hard enough. But at the same time, if you really think about it, Fairy type was I guess it was a necessary addition because Dragon types needed to kind of evolve their own traits. And in the long run, it didn't do too bad. And honestly, I'm still not a fan of it. But anything that has to do with Fairy type, I guess I'm okay with. But anyways, as I said, I would choose Litten anyway because he's Fire type, and of course the design looks good. And from what I've seen, he might be a good addition to any team, especially since he's kind of taking a role close to Typhlosion, even though he's only one type. But if he goes down the route of, say, Houndoom or I don't know, what's another good Fire type that worked well? I was gonna say Emboar because I'm not too sure what his typing is, but it worked, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna work in this gen, so I thought, okay, well, whatever, we'll give it a shot. And if I choose Litten first, then I'll choose Litten. If I choose Rowlet, Puppy. Doesn't really matter. But again, there's your answer. I would choose Litten all the way. Okay, and now on to another thing I wanted to do. Okay. Shit. I lost my train of thought. That's bad. Okay, I'm getting something here. Alright. Okay. First of all, I wanted to say a couple of things to some people before because I thought, why not? We'll do something different today. And besides tomorrow, I do not know what's going to happen because my birthday is tomorrow, July the 7th. I know, 7/7, easiest thing to remember. But at the same time, if I get the chance, I'll upload a video tomorrow because I think it'd be fair enough. Because I'm not too sure if I'll be able to do a video on Friday, but I will try to do so. And if I can do a video tomorrow, I will do a video tomorrow for you guys, depending on what the activities are tomorrow. Because honestly, I have no idea. I have nothing really planned at all. I might just stay home. But the fact is that the last video I did, I think I snuck in there that my birthday was July 4th, and I didn't clarify that, and it's not July 4th, it was July 7th. But I did forget to do one thing on that video, was wish all the people in America, our American brothers, United States family up there, or down there, wherever it is, I don't remember, that to wish you guys a happy 4th of July, and I didn't do that. It totally slipped my mind. I'm like, crap. But I will be getting into some more stuff, so I hope you guys are staying tuned. Again, I will actually release my 2 3DS codes for friend lists or whatever. So these two bad boys right here. Yeah, actually don't mind that, it's just sticker. But last night I was playing Alpha Sapphire on this and Omega Ruby on this. And what I've been actually doing is trying to do shiny eggs, as hard as that is. So in the meantime, if you guys have a DS and you want to friend me, I will post my friend codes with pictures onto my Facebook page and to my normal Facebook page, so that you guys can, if you want, if I'm online, you guys can join me in a fight or whatever you want to do. Because I want to start interacting with people a lot more, and I want to do, I just want to do things in general with you guys. And even though we might have a little bit of communication loss, I will always open game chat for people who are willing to make that leap, I guess was the word to say. But in the end result, I hope that this all goes well, because I'm willing to help anyone who's willing to help me. And right now, I'm almost done with this Pokedex. I have 715 Pokemon on it. I only have 712 that I've caught. Pokemon that I'm missing. I know this is a long list. So it is Victini, Keldeo, Genesect, Darkrai, Malouette, Volcanion, Diancie. Basically all of the event Pokemon. I haven't come or gone into a what do you call it? A roadblock with different Pokemon yet. I can't say that now. But frankly, if you guys are still Pokemon gamers and you still want to do stuff with people, I recommend that you check out my Facebook page. And again, I'll post both pictures of my friend code to my Facebook. So one for this, one for this one. I'm mostly on this one, but at the same time, I am willing to go to both lengths and do two things at once. Another thing, if you guys want, I will also put in my name for Pokemon Showdown, which is another thing I want to do. It's battles live. I've already seen some Pokemon gamers do it, and it's actually really fun. I've already played it myself. It's stressful, but it works. If you guys actually want to join me on that, I will actually post a link to the website, and I will also allow you to link up with me. I will tell you when I'm online and when I'm not, so stay tuned to Facebook and stuff like that, because that is where all the action is going to happen. So those posts will be on toward my personal Facebook page and my page, so Dark Sage page. And I know it might not be the most convenient thing for us to do, because it's not going to be recorded, but obviously I'm going to be giving shout-outs to people who have battled me before and have done a good job. And even though if I may lose, I really don't care, but if it's all about connecting with people, I want to do that, and that's the way I want to go. So anyways, that is my reasoning, and that will be today as well. That's what's going to start happening. So just stay tuned for whenever I put up an update on Facebook, or even here I'll do a short little clip on my phone and upload it to YouTube. Now I know I can't live stream, I can, but I don't choose to, because I don't have that capability, and my internet's going to be gone in, almost a couple weeks. So this is going to be a tussle against time, and between these videos, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to actually set things up, because I won't be able to be here when I'm recording. Actually, I will be here when I'm recording, but I have to go somewhere else to upload my videos instead after that date. So just be clarified that videos now, which will take up to about 2 hours to upload, will take about 4 hours to upload then, which does suck, because I'm trying to keep a schedule going here, and I don't want to mess that up. Sorry, English. Another thing, some people requested to me in person, if I was going to be doing the Chubby Bunny Challenge again, to reattempt it, see if these things got any bigger, and the Sour Challenge. Now, I think I've covered this in one of my other videos, but if I get the time, I will actually do it for you guys again. And this time it'll be a little bit different, because I will try to do either a guest here or try to do it on my own, but with time limits. Which means I have to endure the sourness for a certain amount of time, and then if I can't do it, then that fails that section of a challenge. So anyways, that is what I wanted to start doing, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to happen. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow too, because honestly, I like when you guys interact with me, and I love it when I interact with you guys. So please, if you want, leave a like, leave a comment, or leave a share. I know, I keep messing up intros, I'm sorry. I need to stick to one. Okay, never mind then. But, yeah, that does it for this episode, so I'm going to cut it off right here. And just hope you guys have a good day, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to me already, click the link in the description, or sorry, click the subscribe button down below to become an acolyte today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Dark Sage, out.